Let's talk about Bret before we let the song get out of control with the Simon Cowell.
Well, I've noticed actually. I think almost all of the artists have been from the USA tonight. So this one's Bret Sears from Baltimore in MD. Hold on, where's MD?
Maryland.
Maryland, of course. Yeah, USA. Pop singer from Baltimore. Oh, it says it here. Maryland. If only I'd read the text. Bret was a member of Steve Harvey's first Disney Dreamers Academy.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is, but
I don't know either.
no. But the song itself, it says pop dance track. It doesn't say a great deal about it. It's called "Dare You to Love Me." You in the Prince fashion of a letter U. And yes, I thought it'd be quite a beaty, uplifting sort of end track. We normally try and raise the roof at the start and at the end of the show. So hopefully this one will do just the job.
Okay, Bret Sears from Baltimore has a nice 16 CTR. He's you can also find him right away on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and that looks like about it for the time being as far as the socials that he's posted. This one is called "Dare You to Love Me," a pop dance track. Let's check it out.
You're used to other guys playing games, babe. I know, baby, I know. 'Cause my blood's getting cold, baby, without you. And there's some things you don't know, but baby, I want you to feel the same way I do, baby. I dare you to love me. I dare you to want me too. I dare you to need me. Even if it takes the rest of my life. I dare you to love me. I dare you to love me. I dare you to love. Everyone knows I'm right round your finger, baby, finger, baby. I do what you ask when you ask, 'cause I know that you like it, know that you like it. And everyone knows I'm just a fool, babe, and you can reciprocate all I do, babe. Want you to feel the same way I do, baby. I dare you to love me. I dare you to want me too. I dare you to need me. Even if it takes the rest of my life. I dare you to love me. I dare you to love me. I dare you to love me.
For our final track, our guest commentator, Mr. Rich Davis. Take it away, sir.
Yeah, it's a good track. It's very very danceable. It's very much sort of track you'd have in a club that people would dance to. I thought the production on it was very good. The sound of the vocal reminded me of the lead singer out of Savage Garden. For some reason, it just made me think of him. Yeah, it's very catchy, different. something that people would bop to. I'd say it's very radio friendly as well. Sort of thing they'd have on Radio 1, I think, over here. It's a track that would appeal to a lot of young people who like that type of music. But yeah, I was impressed with the production. I thought his vocal production was very good. So yes, I appreciate there's a lot of work gone into that, and overall very good. I think that'll appeal a lot to radio listeners. A lot of the young ones will like listening to that, and the sort of thing people like to go for a bop in the local nightclub would love something like that. I think it would go down very well. So yeah, all round, well done, that man.
Agreeing with the initial comments there, Monsieur Fandango.
Yeah, do you know what? I had almost mirrored my comments. I've put very clubby. Radio 1 I've written down because it was a definite Radio 1 track.
Yeah.
In this country. Yeah, catchy chorus. I can imagine, the likes of Gen Z and millennials calling this one a banger. It's proper production. The modern contemporary track, really radio friendly vocal and delivery in the modern style.
Yeah.
Not really my thing, but I can hear that it's quite a catchy song, and it would stay in your head. If you're in a club, you're going to dance to it. The one minor criticism, and it's just a stylistic thing that I think Tom's on board with this as well already, but is that gate sound with the volume just suddenly dropping each time right at the start. It wasn't really noticeable for the rest of the song, and certainly not as prominent as a lot of the pop songs that are out now. Just the gate thing, it just messes my head and ears up. I can't stand it, and I know a lot of people who don't like it either, but it's just one of those modern things. They just have it in the production, but other than that, I thought, actually, yeah, really, really very, very professional song.
Carl knows me all too well. Yeah. The gate, it was there. It was not that huge of a deal because it went by very quickly. The rest of the time, everything seemed to have this nice, as to what Carl would usually say, is a nice ebb and flow to it. Right? Everything's kind of like working together. This is definitely like kind of like Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran-esque kind of like music with a pop and dance twist to it, which all those songs, if you can imagine any Justin Bieber song or any Ed Sheeran song having basically electronic music put behind it to light that fuse, obviously it's just going to take off everywhere. So I mean, there's a huge market for this music. If you're ever going to go to a club, if you're ever going to go to a dance bar, if you're ever going to go to any kind of like one of these situations, when you hear the song, you're going to pump it. If you're driving in your car and you're a teeny bopper, you're gonna crank the music here. I like the nice little backing synth to it, right? It was very subtle in the background because it dim 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 dim, and so you could hear that bass and the backing synth to it, and it had a nice 4/4 beat, which made it very, very simple and very pleasant. So nothing dramatically going on. Production wise, it's not like it's a huge undertaking, right? It's a pretty straight to the point, very danceable song. So very well done, Bret Sears. And I'm pretty sure I don't even know what Steve Harvey's first Disney Dreamers Academy is, but I'm assuming that would have something to do with the Mickey Mouse Club, or something that has to do with Disney there, especially with Steve Harvey on board now. But I think there's been a lot of people that have had success with that. When we're talking about Justin Timberlake or Britney Spears or anyone that's been there, they've all been on the Mickey Mouse Club. They've all been somehow involved with Disney. If this chap here, Bret Sears, is in fact involved with Disney in some way, I'm pretty sure that just with that brand name behind him alone, he'll have a pretty bright future. As we're talking about, once again, the Ed Sheeran and kind of Justin Bieber-esque kind of like feel that this has overall to it. My 2 cents, maybe I've won the respect back from the Simon Cowell of the Underground Sound from the last track there. So
No, it's good. I think Simon Cowell would like it, actually. I think it'd be impressed with that track.
Yeah, you would.
It's definitely something very marketable, isn't it? I mean, that's what he's always interested in. He sees the dollar signs.
He sees,
yeah,
what he can do with it to make it explode or whatever. He seems to have this.
It's the biggest thing is that music is a business, right? And this is what Simon sees. You know, I mean, if Simon sees that there is going to be a dollar profit made off of this, I mean, all the record companies and all the labels are going to go after it. So I'm pretty sure that we'll hear about Bret Sears here in the future. Once again, just having that name behind him, that he actually appeared on the Disney thing, that's something that can be used for a lifetime. And all it really takes is just one person to be like, yep, okay, so you were on Disney, here we go, let's get it going for you and everything like that, right? So that's just the way that's just the way the fame works, unfortunately, these days. Once again, not that it's a bad song or anything like that. Good song, good production. I think the vocals could use a little bit more tweaking myself. I could definitely show people how to do that, but I'm not gonna.
Well, what would you do on that vocal there?
I'd raise it up a little bit higher. You know that I have a problem with low vocals.
Yeah.
So with Ed Sheeran, right? Ed Sheeran is up front. He's ahead of the music itself, but the music is very accompanying him. You know what I mean? So but he is definitely the head of the band, as it were, as far as that's concerned. So his vocals are up front. His storytelling is great. And all of the backing stuff is just icing on the cake at that point. So this one, I would raise the vocals. I would definitely trim, crop, and place them in different positions as well. Could be a big future going on here. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So as far as a corporate perspective goes, we may have just found a superstar right there. Not exactly what we're trying to do on the Underground Sound here, we are exposing the indie music to the limelight, as it were, though. So for the Underground Sound, I am DJ X Tech, our very special guest today, Rich Davis. Thank you very much for joining us for this episode.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime, you are more than welcome to come join us aboard again. And Carlos Fandango with me as always. We are putting us back into music.
So please do like, subscribe, and share, and let's get your music out there.